Hello everyone. So this video is going to explain how to blend paint, acrylic paint specifically, and how to mix colors together. So for this first value scale to show how to blend colors, I'm going to use black and grays. So the first step is making your darkest color that you want to blend out. So I'm making the black paint now using only the primary colors. So I usually start with a really dark purple and then gradually add yellow to neutralize it, and then more blue to make it really dark. So I created that black color. I started adding just a little bit of white at a time, and now I'm blending that out. The key to this is really making sure that all of the paint colors are still wet while you blend them so that they blend really nicely into each other, and then always keeping a little bit of that original color on your palette so that you can come back to it and use it again at the beginning, reincorporate it back in where you need it, and then add white to it again to make any version of that value scale that you've already created. So there's the black and gray scale. And then for this one I wanted to do more browns, oranges and yellows. So my students are learning how to make silver and gold objects using only the primary colors with acrylic paint, and so this would technically be more along the gold scale. So I'm making a dark brown here. As you can see, there's a lot of trial and error, but a lot of it is I wanted it to be a more orangey brown, so I kept adding in a lot of red and yellow to that. So I start with the darkest shade of the brown possible. I leave a little bit of that dark brown on the palette, but then I add white to it gradually to make more of a dark tan. Sorry, the light is kind of funky in this video. And then I'm adding orange, and I added that orange that I mixed into the original brown so that it was more of a seamless blend. So instead of just making orange and making brown, I made orange and then added it to that original brown color so that it would blend in this value scale a little bit easier. And then here I wanted to bring it down to yellow because in those gold objects there's a lot of yellow and oranges. So I'm blending the orange into the yellow. Yellow is a very transparent color, so I had to add some white to it and make sure that I overlapped it on the orange and brought the orange back in to overlap the yellow in some parts as well. And then I ended that value scale with white at the very end to show how it can go all the way from extremely dark to extremely light. So you can see that value scale at the top going from brown to yellow. So the dark brown is the darkest part of the scale. The middle is that kind of dark orange color, and then the very end is that butter yellow. And then down the next value scale is going from that black paint color that I mixed, and then gradually adding more and more white paint to get to a medium gray and then a very, very light gray. And again, just a quick tip, all of your colors need to be wet while you're blending them. So whether you're making a value scale or you're painting an object of some kind, just remember that you want that darkest color on your palette so that you can always come back to that color, and you're just going to make sure that the colors are wet when you're blending them together so that they create a nice cohesive blend and value scale. And that's all. Thank you for watching.